Good morning, folks. Hope you're all doing well. It's been an absolute age since I uploaded any sort of video. It's this time of year again, the new season started. I've bought back in on So Rare, the excitement starting. I've decided to target the under 23 competitions. The reason for me doing that is because it's the only league that So Rare will do under the new format where you can use challenger and contender cards and potentially win champion cards. I'm going to be playing out of season purely because the in season cards are too expensive and I simply wouldn't have the money to compete at that level. So this is what I've decided to focus on. My main focus will be under 23. I will have other teams for like contender, challenger, whatever they come under for the championship. I'll have a Leeds team or something similar, but my main focus will be the under 23s. So I've decided today I'm going to do a video on potential bargains under 23 goalkeepers. Now, the criteria, they must be under £20 and they must have played 75% of the last 40 games. The reason I want 75% of the games that they've played is there's nothing more frustrating than buying a goalkeeper and then the fucker doesn't start. I know there's no guarantees that he's played most of last season, he's going to start this season, but I'm going on the assumption that that will be the case. However, anyone that I do highlight, please do your own research before going ahead and buying them. Now, my first selection is a risky one, Leo Roman. I owned him last year when he was out on loan at Real Oviedo in the Spanish second division. Of course, there's not many goals in that division, so his scores will probably be inflated because there's a lot of clean sheets. However, you can see his scores are very, very good. He was highly regarded at Mallorca. I was under the assumption he was going to go back to Mallorca and fight for first team place. However, there was a deal involving Genoa that he was going to go there. However, that deal is in jeopardy now because Mallorca have changed the terms and conditions of the transfer or the fee. So the likelihood is that deal looks off at this moment in time. In my personal opinion, if he stays at Mallorca, he's not going to be the number one keeper. So whether he goes back out on loan somewhere, but I'm of the opinion he's at an age now, he's 24 years of age. He's proved last season he's a capable number one, and I'm thinking that's what he's going to be thinking. I need to be a number one keeper, so he will demand a move. Should he not be the number one keeper in Mallorca? You can see his scores last season are very, very good. There are lots of dark green scores. His floor price is around 15 quid. Again, he's only got one more season of under 23 eligibility, and I've already explained the risks with him. So please do your research. If he's the sort of guy that you're going to be leaning towards and thinking yes, just bear in mind what I've said. Now, my next keeper is even a bigger risk, Will Dennis. He was on loan at Kilmarnock last season. He's been on the books of Bournemouth for about 6 or 7 seasons. That contract has come to an end and they've not renewed it. I believe Kilmarnock were looking to sign him permanently, but that deal fell through and they've bought another keeper, so he definitely will not be going back to Kilmarnock. So my thinking is if he gets a club now and it's in an eligible league for So Rare, and he is the starting goalkeeper for the floor price of under £7. In my opinion, he's worth that gamble because if what I said happens, he's going to be worth at least double that price, in my opinion. So you can see Kilmarnock, decent side in Scotland, nothing special, but you can see a lot of dark green scores. So for the scoring matrix, he's a good goalkeeper. However, like I said, he first and foremost, he's got to find a club that's eligible for So Rare, and he's going to have to start. And if he does all that, like I said, in my opinion, he could be the bargain under 23 goalkeeper this season. Again, he's only got one more year of under 23 eligibility. So please bear everything I've said with Will in mind. Now, my next selection is Jasper Schendelaar, I believe is how you pronounce it. He plays for the Eredivisie for PEC's Vol. Again, not one of the top sides in Holland, far from it. However, he is capable, even playing for a weaker side, of producing dark green scores, which is what you want from a goalkeeper. Obviously, when they play against the top sides, the Feyenoords, etc., they're more than likely going to concede a shitload of goals, 4-5, which he did on the 7th. I think it was the 7th of May they played that game. They lost 5-0. However, he still managed to score 70 or nearly 70 points, which is outstanding, given that he would have also had the penalty for conceding three or more. So for his price, I think, in my opinion, he's going to be a starting goalkeeper for Sval again next season. And for 15 quid, I think he's good value. Again, he's only got one more year left of under 23 eligibility. Now, my last pick for the under 23 goalkeepers, and the reason there's not a lot of choice is because the criteria I've set, there's not many goalkeepers under 23 that fall into that category, hence the small list. But Adam Steskal plays for Wattens in Austrian Bundesliga. Again, one of the poorest sides in the division. But if you look at his scores, they're decent. A few dark green scores. Again, there's going to be a few red ones, and I would assume that has come from when they've played Red Bull Salzburg, your Sturm Graz at the top sides in Austria where they've conceded 3, 4, 5 goals. For me, his floor price is under a tenner. I think it's good value for money. He's not going to be keeping clean sheets at every game week and scoring 70, 80. So if that's what you're looking for, you're going to have to widen your criteria from mine. There are good goalkeepers out there for far more, but it's like anything in life, you get what you pay for. My aim for this season, especially for under 23s, is to get what I would consider a competitive side. And if all the stars align in one game week and I hit a lucky, then I could get a decent reward that would pay for the out what I've paid for my team. I'm looking to get a team of five players and possibly a few subs for about 50, 60 quid, which I know deep down most game weeks are not going to challenge. However, like I said, one or two game weeks every couple of months, if all the stars align and I hit a lucky and I win a tier 3 or tier 2, given the prices of the in-season cards, I've got no doubt that it will pay for itself. And that's what my target is. I don't want to, and I can't afford to be spending 2, 3, 400 quid getting all the top players in the under 23s. Simply not prepared to do it because of injuries, etc. I then haven't got the money to go out and buy a replacement of the same ilk. So it's just not worth me even going down that route. People who've followed this channel over the years will know that I've tried to do it on a budget. Everything I've done on So Rare since I started over 4 years ago, I've done it on a budget, and I'm not changing because my financial circumstances have changed. I'm not prepared to put in the risk or to risk my own money now that's going back into So Rare. I'm happy with the situation I find myself, and I believe that this strategy I'm doing is good for me. So, please bear that all in mind. Again, do your own research on the players that I'm highlighting. I will, over the next few days, do under 23 defenders, midfielders, and forwards. I just want to give you some sort of ideas on what to look for on players, especially if you're starting on a smaller budget. But like I said, the under 23 is appealing to me because I can go out and buy contender and challenger cards. And if I'm fortunate enough to win a reward, that could potentially be a champion card, which is going to be worth far more value than contender or challenger cards. So, guys, obviously there's going to be few good under 23 goalkeepers that don't meet my criteria. If you've got any suggestions, selections, please put them in the comments below because I would like to hear. I'm not as active as I used to be on Sorare, where I used to know almost every player. So please give me your suggestions and I'll have a look at them. And I might even add them to my teams. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon with my other under 23 selections. Cheers, guys.